Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got them all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every way, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real Toy Zoo. Tear it through the packaging, no hesitation. Each piece, a reminder of dedication. Don't call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got history, they're my closest friends. Action Figure Alliance, we're staking a claim. Battling for grails, don't care about fame. From the base to the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand. Paint them, pose them, fix them up right. Customs in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-out fights. Each one's got a story burned in our minds. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. We're playing no games. From legends to villains, yes, yeah, I got them all. We're after legends and stories untold. Alliance forever till the end of the line. This is our mission, this is our pride. From legends to villains.
Yo.
Nice. New flashy things. I like it.
It's a thing. It's a thing for sure.
Nice. Awesome. Welcome everybody. Appreciate y'all showing up and hanging out with us tonight. We're going to talk customizing with a really good customizer tonight. He will be here a little bit later, so we'll bring him on about 8:30 or so. But Alan, how's your week been, man?
My week has been good, man. To be honest, it's been strange. I think I went through a lull of getting new stuff in right before Christmas.
Right.
It was like you would think everybody would want to get the stuff out, for presents and stuff. But man, the last week, 10 days, I've gotten a shipment almost every day.
Oh, wow. I know you got the trifecta not too long ago with the UPS, FedEx, and USPS in the same day. So
it's been nutty. I was actually supposed to get something today, but due to an inch of snow, nothing showed up.
Here in North Carolina, we're outside Raleigh. We got about an inch to inch and a half of snow, depending on what part of the area you're in, and that just shuts North Carolina down, just completely shuts it down. So I actually did work from home. There was some ice on the road, so it was valid. But I did get some good pictures in today, so we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
For sure. So we're gonna hit some good stuff. We're going to do some Take My Money, some New Hotness, some fantastic photos.
Oh yeah.
All in good time here before Gun Bunny shows up, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a packed one, I think.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So with that, I'm going to hit the intro and we're going to get going.
Let's roll.
Legends collide, tiny heroes standing side by side, guardians of playtime in disguise. Action Figure Alliance on the rise. Join the alliance, come take a stand. With the many armies ruling the land. Hail to the heroes loaded with might. Action Figure Alliance unite tonight.
Yes. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah! That's what I have created! I have made fire!
Yes, it's a thing.
Yeah. Speaking of other things we made, we have a top list video out of top rides and vehicles of 2024, or just of our collection, actually. So that's on YouTube. We got another one coming Saturday. and that one's going to be a little vintage GI Joe mix for everybody. So check that out Saturday, and new stuff coming from AFA.
Yeah, we are putting the work in on trying to get some non-live videos out, something a little bit shorter. We're having some fun with doing some different things, trying some stuff out, and hopefully you guys dig it. We're having fun putting it together.
Yeah,
it's work. It is work, honestly.
hey, it's work, yeah,
But we enjoy
fun
it.
work. Yeah,
exactly.
just talk about toys and make blooper reels at the end of it. So,
yeah, it's nice. You cut out some of the bloopers and left in others of the bloopers, and I think you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Toyomic.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the names I go by. So anyway,
it
all
happens, right. I guess. So what are we going to start it off with, man? You want to do some new hotness? You want to do some photos? What are you thinking?
Do you have any photos to show off, or?
I've got one photo to show off.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take it out of order this time. Let's do it a little different.
All right, let's do a little different then. Let's get some fantastic photos together.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second to get this because I've got it ready, but I didn't have it that ready. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Yeah. So this kind of is the new hotness right now. The Saw Viper, and Bobby's. He shows up here and there. I really enjoy his videos, and I thought this was an awesome picture. I mean, bodies on the floor all over the place. The cool new hotness Saw Viper out there, just mowing people down like
mowing them down.
Yep. So yeah, that was really the only fantastic photo that I was going to show off. I feel like I'm forgetting one or two. But we've been busy with the show recently. So
I got some stuff that's Good Buddy's here.
Yeah, that's fast. He's early.
Awesome. Yeah. We'll bring you on in just a second, bud.
Yeah, we're gonna pull him in momentarily. So so this is it's a hectic episode.
Yeah.
But anyway, just wanted to show this one off, Bobby. Cool pick, man. Thought it was neat.
Nice.
So what you want to do? You want to pull Gun Bunny on? I see no reason to keep him waiting, right?
Nah, let's don't keep him waiting. Let's bring it on. Let's talk about some stuff. We can catch up with the rest of this later.
What's up, man?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
Well, excited to have you on. You're earlier than we were thinking.
Yes, sir. I was able to get my stuff done.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Awesome.
Look at that background.
Yeah, some cool stuff back there, man.
Oh, thank you.
Well, let's get this one going, man. So tell us about yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, and what got you into this collecting and customizing thing.
Well, in my day job, I'm a tattoo artist. I've been a tattoo artist for 20 years this year.
Wow.
Nice.
And then I got into customizing when the classified line came out.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was stuck at home with COVID, so a lot of people were kind of messing around with them.
I definitely had an uptick in customizing during that time myself. So,
yeah, for sure.
So what got you to start customizing? You're just like, hey, there's things in the line that I want to make or that I want to see, and they haven't put it out yet. Is that what brought you around to doing what you do, or tell us a little bit about that?
Kind of. What I started off with seeing initially was the people putting the white undershirt on the V1 roadblock.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted it to do that, do little details that were missing. And then it just snowballed into all of this.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So you can find Gun Bunny on YouTube as well. Go subscribe to him. Check out his videos. I've been watching quite a few of your videos lately, man.
Thank you.
In one of those videos, you talk about the different stages of customizing. Can you talk about that a little bit with us?
Yeah, sure. So to me, just like anything else, like whether you're playing football or whatever, there's levels when you get into it. There's simple kind of beginning, and then you go all the way up to the most complex.
So what would you think would be the low level, the entry level that you would recommend people start with for customizing?
Honestly, if you stay like in just sort of the accessorizing and kitbash kind of
Right.
stuff, where you keep everything with a factory finish and you don't dabble in painting or like sculpting and kind of going a little bit too far out. To me, that's like the sweet spot where everybody's stuff's looks good.
Yeah. Nice. I think kit bashing is a great way to get started in this, and then you get to the point where you're like, all right, I've done all I can do with just switching parts around. Now I got to start venturing into the paint world. I think that's really what got me into customizing was just all right. I'm gonna kit bash some stuff, and that then somebody said, well, you just got to start. You just got to start painting things, and it's going to be not as good as you think it is at first, but it's going to grow and you're going to learn, you're going to develop, and you're going to learn new processes and watch YouTube videos and stuff to figure out how to do those things. And that was one of the things that got me to keep going and not be discouraged and just keep that process up. And then finally you show something off and somebody's like, oh man, that's awesome. You did a great job. And you just want to keep building on that. And like, all right, what can I learn next? Like I started painting by hand, and then eventually it led to me getting an airbrush so I can kind of speed up processes like, you know, doing base coats and doing primer with an airbrush to help speed those things along. Because you can spend a lot of time customizing. I'm sure you know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure.
Trey, did you want to? I think you had some stuff prepared to show off from Gun Bunny. That
Yeah, I got some. He's got some really cool stuff behind him, and we're going to see some of that here in a minute. I do have some pictures if you want to throw to my sharing, and we'll get those pulled up and
let's
start talking about them.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. What you got?
We got. Well, we were
That is
ready for some.
That is not.
That is not what we were looking for. Flash. All right, here we
There
are.
you go.
This has been the latest thing I think that you've done that most people are talking about is this Tiger Force Dragonfly, the Tiger Fly, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Dude,
man,
that
this
thing
looks
is
amazing.
wild. That is
Thank you.
wild. I mean, first off, congratulations on having the guts to dig into a vehicle like this that's that expensive and kind of scarce. And I mean that takes guts. I mean,
It does.
wow. I love it, but I also love I'm petrified of doing something like that, man.
Well, I mean, it's pretty enjoyable actually. Luckily, the breakdown process isn't too complex. It's just being willing to do it.
Yeah. I would just be afraid of,
And since we're
screwing
talking
it
about
up.
the breakdown process, I do have a picture of that here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I clipped this from your Instagram. So tell us a little bit about taking this thing apart, man. Like, was there any time where you're like, man, I don't know what I should do, or is it just pretty simple and it breaks
Or
down?
am I going to break it if I do this?
Right.
Yeah. So with I guess with Hasbro and every toy manufacturer kind of has their little tricks in the way that their designers put things and the way that they attach to each other. So after a while of breaking down like rams, vamps, and all the other stuff that they released so far, you start to pick up on the way that they do things, the way that they will camouflage a screw hole or the way things attach and overlap or something like that. And so
Right.
you just got to kind of go through it. You know what I mean? It's sort of like Zelda, right? You got to go through all these little puzzles, and
Yeah.
each little puzzle will get you to the end of the adventure.
Get you
And
to the big boss.
yeah, and so it's just figuring out all those little puzzles, and after a while, you see it's the same. It's the same thing over and over. So it's pretty easy.
Nice, man. Well, then I think I got the next phase for you here was priming and base coating, and tell us a little bit about your initial processes Anything you learned with painting yellow? Did you do like a white base coat? Some people I know have done white or pink or something that helps things stand out a little bit. Did you do anything like that?
Yes, sir. I use white primer and a white base coat.
Nice.
Usually, when I do any vehicles, I'll spray a primer based off whatever the top coat's going to be. And so with yellow, I went with white. So with this one, I used a spray can primer, and I didn't like the way that it came out, and then I had to go back with just using my airbrush.
Nice, nice. Uh, what brand of paints do you prefer? Do you have a preferred brand that you like Vallejo or something? Or
I'm willing to try anything, and it's just sort of what the local hobby, shops are carrying, or what I can get on Amazon.
right,
But right now, the Vallejo Game Air and Model
Mhm.
Air, to me, those are the best.
Nice. And I was watching one of your videos. You were talking about how the air ones are ready and ready for the airbrush, and you don't have to thin them or do anything special to them. Which I need to definitely look into that. Because airbrush can be a tricky thing. It's definitely something you have to learn, a process you have to get used to. Because the paint can gunk up and clog the thing, and you have to clean it out. And every time you do a layer or a different color, you got to clean the thing. So yeah, it can be a pain, but it's definitely a benefit to airbrushing, and it gives that consistent uh, layer, and it's easier to make different layers. You just have to be patient with it. And I think customizing, you got to have a ton of patience, and I could tell you have a ton of patience when you do this stuff. So,
Sometimes, yeah.
yeah, I know we're always like, oh, I got to do that next layer, but um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll throwing out onto the airbrushing thing. It's a path that I've started down, and man, it's frustrating. Like I thought I'd watched all the right YouTube videos, but I was using a paint that wasn't an airbrush prepared paint. And I
mm,
was trying to do the what I heard was the proper way of thinning it down. And man, I don't know. I ended up just ruining a bunch of clothes more than I did painting anything. Stuff just
Yeah.
blew up on me, and it wasn't good. So there's definitely something to be said for even mastering that sort of a skill.
and there's safety equipment you need. You need a mask, and you
Yep.
need proper ventilation and stuff like that. So make sure you take those proper steps to keep yourself safe in those situations. But um, when they talk a little bit more about one of the interesting things for me is like you colored the canopy on this thing. I think,
Yeah,
right?
that's wild.
How did you do that? How do you just really thin out the paint? Talk about that process.
No, Tamiya has a line of clear paints,
Okay.
right?
Oh, okay.
And there's testers used to as well, but obviously testers is kind of hard to find. But at my
Right.
local hobby store, they still have the full line of clear Tamiya paint, and so I airbrushed the tint from the inside out.
All right. So you do the inside layer first, and then do an outside layer.
No, 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 no. It's like shooting an RC car body, like a Lexan body. You shoot it from
Okay.
the inside, and then that way you keep the gloss finish of the
On the outside.
manufactured piece on the outside.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
learning something every day, man. That's definitely a new technique. I will try to put into process.
So on this
Yeah, you
picture,
got to do it real light. You got to do like maybe 3 or 4 real light dust coats to
Mhm.
let that paint, you know, create something for the larger layers to hold on to. Because if you just spray it, it'll all start to run in. And so you got to
Right.
do like 3 real light dust coats to build up some grip for it to stick to it.
All right.
interesting.
Awesome. Really
So on
good
this
tip
picture
too.
here, the teeth and like the mouth and stuff, is that hand painted?
Yeah, that's all hand painted.
Nice.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they came. It came with the teeth stickers, and I will say that there was no instructions to put those on, and you just kind of had to work with it and make it work. And I wish there would have been a little bit more of, hey, start here at this
Yeah.
section, and like, this will work better if you do this. But they just said, here, do it.
Right.
So I know some people probably ruined the teeth set doing that. I mean, I came close, but and you had to cut it. You had to actually customize that, and but painted it looks amazing.
Yeah, I wanted to go for more of the the original release look
Mhm.
as opposed to the kind of updated look they gave with the decal. And with the decal, there were multiple pieces. It wasn't one solid piece.
Yeah, it
So
was multiple.
had to go through like detail and different parts, and you had to know which little section to put where.
Right.
And so I didn't mess with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's those rivets, there's the cutouts, the little
Hmm.
slots for you to get your fingernail in, open that. Yeah, I actually tried to put the teeth on myself, and I didn't get it to where I was really satisfied with it. And it was mostly because of the way it would not lay, nice and
Hmm.
flat over all that detail. So yeah, I mean, I think the hand painting there is definitely the way to go. That looks great.
Thank you.
And then you also did Wild Bill, which this looks amazing, man. In
Thank
a
you.
three-part set of your videos, you go through and paint every one of the figures that come with this set. Talk about the process for painting the figures and what you did there. I don't have
Okay.
any pictures of the other ones. I wish I did. Sorry.
Oh, I got them right here. I can grab them real quick. So
Okay.
when I did mine, I didn't do the other three figures, Glinda, Ripcord, and Crazy Legs. I just put them in the case. But I took another commission to do another Tigerfly, and the guy wanted the whole team,
Oh, okay.
Tiger Force, and so that's what I've been working on. Let me go grab the Glinda and the Wild Bill real quick.
Okay.
When he gets ready to pull those up, we should change it over to his spotlight scene so we can get
Yeah,
that
we
nice
can
and
do that.
big for the audience.
You
And
want to
that's
go ahead
that's
and do that?
ridiculous.
Yeah, let's throw him to the spotlight.
All right. Yeah, I
And you can
can't
see
wait to
some of
talk
those
about
cool
that his
things.
tag.
Yeah. I got to his take. It's one of the pictures. So
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So here's the Glenda one. She's pretty much
Okay.
complete. I didn't go
nice.
too crazy with her. I did like a kind of muted darker blue stripes and the blue portions, and then I added the burgundy.
I like it, man. It looks really good.
Thank you.
So what's your process for prepping the surface to like hold on to paint?
I'll scuff it with the Scotch Brite pad.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you scuff it, it'll take off the all the mold release chemicals and all that kind of stuff. So I'll wash it with Dawn and like warm soapy water, let it air dry, and then I'll hit it with that scuff pad, and then I'll rinse it off again so there's no like debris on there, and then that allows the primer or whatever paint you're gonna put on to adhere better.
Nice.
Crazy. So do you like hit that pretty hard or just kind of a light all over or
You'll be able to tell because it'll start off with one finish, and once you hit it with that Scotch Brite, it becomes a real flat finish. So you'll be able to see the difference between the parts that you've done and not done. And I don't press real hard because you don't want to score it or damage
right?
Mhm.
it. It's just to take that top layer off.
And
Right.
then once you're done with the painting, do you put like a clear coat or some protective something over the top of it?
Yeah, I'll use a Krylon sealer, and then I'll put a matte finish on top, so it'll get
Nice.
sealed and then cleared.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
Cool.
You got the other two figures with you by chance, or
I got his Wild Bill, which I did a little bit different than mine. I used
right?
the brighter tiger stripes.
Yeah, I like in one of your videos you're talking about how you're doing the tiger stripes and what kind of brush you're using and different things. So you definitely check that out if y'all are looking to figure that out.
Right on. Yeah.
So Baldylocks is asking what clear primer is best for action figures.
For me, I found a what was the brand? I think it was like a subline of Krylon, and it was called Dead Flat, and it had like an actual like trigger. It wasn't like a
Okay.
spray. It had like a trigger to it, and I got it at Walmart, and I got it just to try it, and that ended up being my favorite flat. It had almost a factory flat sheen to it, and it was called Dead
Nice.
Flat.
Huh, that's cool.
Hey, we got another question from Black Genghis here. I mean, you've been on his show with
I think we're
KJ.
fighting over the.
Okay, we're
Yeah, with
fighting over
KJ
here. I
and
got
Tony.
yeah, KJ and Tony. And he's Gun Buddy. What do you use? Do you use UV resistant, or does that not matter?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. I mean, that's not one of the characteristics of the paint that I look for, because everything's going to be inside. You know what I mean? So it's not going to get a ton of UV light being outside or being directly in front of a window.
Nice. We'll have to get on the Terradrome one night and with those guys and do some customizing, man. That would be really cool. I
Yeah,
watched y'all
it's
do that.
fun.
I watched
They're
y'all
good
do that
guys.
on about an hour and a half of just sitting there customizing, and that was fun times, man. I'd love to be a part of that. But do you have the any of the other two figures? Do you have the Crazy Legs or the?
I got them still in pieces. Let me grab
Okay.
them.
That actually might be interesting to see. I'm
And the
wondering
reason
how.
I ask is he's done a really good job with the colors on these guys. So
Yeah, he has
uh,
for sure. So I wonder with the pinless joints, like is he taking all the stuff apart or?
Okay. So here's Ripcord. So
nice,
with his black body, I did the maroon tiger stripes,
Yeah, that's cool.
and then with Crazy Legs, I did the quilted pattern,
Oh,
nice,
that's nice. All right, all right.
and I'm gonna put yellow tiger stripes on the black portion.
nice. Yeah, can't wait to see those, man. Post those, definitely post those on Instagram, or maybe the person that you commissioned them for will be doing that, and
Oh
they'll
yeah,
tag
well,
you so we can see it. But uh, also talk about commissions. You do great work. Is that something are you taking commissions? Or are you open to commissions? Or are you booked for commissions? Or is that something you're looking to do? Or
I do take commissions from time to time. It depends on the person.
mm,
Generally, the way the person communicates and what they're asking for,
right,
because sometimes people just want to know the price, but they don't ever really want to pay it. You know what I
that's
mean?
true. That's
So
true.
it's,
That's a big topic in customizing. Is there's a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of materials to go into something like this. So when some people see a price of a figure, you know, to me, a customized figure is well worth it. That $100, well worth $100 for a customized, fully customized painted figure. And some people are shy with that number, but they don't take into account the time and effort and material and skill that go into making that figure. So that's definitely something that I think people can learn a little bit more about with how it's worth it. You're getting something that nobody else has. You're getting a one of a kind piece that is really cool to have, and I'm lucky to have several customs from different people. And yeah, man, maybe I can get you to do one for me.
yeah, man. Let me know.
I'm serious about it too. So, um, what's one of your favorite figures you've done so far?
I was just thinking that same thing.
Mm,
What have you
let me
enjoyed the
go.
most? What is your favorite to show off? What do you think turned out best? Let's see a few of them.
Mostly for me, the stuff I'm most proud of are the vehicles, like like
Yeah.
like these two. But I did this really simple Major Blood Python Patrol, and he has always been just one of my favorites. I did it about a year ago,
What about him specifically makes him one of your favorites?
just because he was Cobra's field commander,
Yeah.
and in the cartoon, the part of the mission that Cobra always accomplished was always led by Major Blood. It was always the first step out in the field. And so he never really failed. You know what I mean? It was by the time it got up to Cobra Commander, something terrible would happen. So he was like the boots on the ground commander, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Field commander. So that's why I really like Major Blood.
I actually got a couple pictures of that. We'll show the Major Blood here in a minute. KJ actually sent us a picture. This is I believe this is the clear that you're talking about.
Yes, I believe that's it. That
That's
flat
the
right there.
Rust-Oleum Universal
Rust-Oleum. That's
Clear
right. Yeah.
Durable Top Coat, dead
Yep.
flat. So I will
All right.
definitely be looking at. Was that like a Walmart purchase or is that?
Yeah, it's at
Uh,
Walmart. Anytime I go anywhere and they sell paint or anything like that,
uh,
if there's something there that looks interesting, a specific color or clear or whatever, I'll grab it just to try it out and see what it gets.
awesome, man. Thanks, KJ, for sending that, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you,
Um,
KJ.
uh, so if you want to go back to the share screen, I'll show a couple more of the pictures I had about those. So we had a few more of Dragonfly. Nope, that was it. Roll through some of these to. I think it's really awesome that you're a Python Patrol fan, and it shows in your work.
That
And
right there.
Force and Python Patrol are really awesome. The one of the big things about these is on the Python Patrol you can see on that RAM and on the his tank it's the lines. Talk about that process. How do you work with the lines and are you using tape or are you using something else? How do you get that job done?
For the vehicles, I use tape.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy masking tape in a variety of different widths.
Mm-hmm.
And so, based on the size of the vehicle, I'll find a masking tape where I think the lines will be proportional.
Man, that snake, I don't think I really paid much attention to it because everything else is so cool, but like just to see the snake in a tiger forest is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
It's right there.
the Baroness bike, that's cool as well. Some really cool stuff here, man.
Thank you.
So another couple shots of Tiger Force set up. Now, people talk bad about Tiger Force, but it's a good sub team, man. It's you make it look good with the custom work, man.
Thank you. Initially, I
The
didn't like Tiger Force. Originally as a kid, I thought it was goofy and,
Yeah,
who's going to go in there and combat fluorescent yellow and all that stuff.
yeah,
But once I started off with the Ram and the response I got with the Ram, it hooked me and I just kept going.
Dude, the teeth on the snake armor, where
yeah.
like the glasses or something, that looks great, man. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah, right in the eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got to think about Tiger Force is like we're bad enough that we could go into combat with bright, yellow on our vehicles and not care. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, here's your Major Blood. Really great custom there, and this Stinger, man, that's amazing looking.
So to be clear, the process for this pattern that you got on the body work there, you did like a bright yellow, waited for that to dry, and then you taped off that grid or those scales or whatever, right? And then you
Right.
kind of did that fade over the top of that, and then pulled the tape up.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that looks great, man.
It does.
Thank you.
And that's airbrush work, right? Because you've got a nice dark to light fade.
Mm-hmm.
On this one, it is. Yeah, I've done it with. I can do it with the spray can as well.
Oh wow,
Nice.
But it's a little bit more back and forth with that one.
yeah, interesting. That's cool, man.
I'll have to show you my Major Blood for Python Patrol. It's mainly just a kit bash, but we'll show that off a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we get to Tomax's aim light in his tank. This thing's amazing, man.
Thank you. It's right there.
Yes, it is. Oh, we've all been well aware of that thing sitting in the background there.
Oh yeah. So, have you done any other his tanks other than this one, or?
No, I bought 3, and my intention was to keep one box, one stock open, and then one to customize. But I think this year I'm going to pick a couple more up to do different paint jobs.
Nice.
What do you got in mind?
I don't know. I want to do something different. I've been doing that Python Patrol stuff a lot the last year. So I'd like to, branch out and try different patterns and approaches.
Nice.
I'm sorry if I sound weird. I can hear myself echoing, and so
you sound fine to us.
Yeah, you sound fine to us. Let's see what's next. I know you like this Buzz Lightyear line, and I have a couple of these. I have I have one that I still need to paint, but this one looks awesome with the Joe colors. I know you've done several of these in different versions. Talk about those for a minute.
So that was kind of like the vehicle that really drew me into doing vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I've done 6 or 7 or 8 so
Wow.
far.
Oh wow!
That one was a commission, and I'm in the process of doing one for myself because I wanted one done for every sub team, and I was going to hang them on my wall. You know what I
That's
mean?
awesome, man.
To have them all. But then I started selling them. You know, I started doing them from other people, so I only have just the two that I've started left to do, and one of them's a Night Force, and one of them's a regular Cobra one.
Yeah,
Cool.
honestly, I think I'm inspired. I really want to pick some of these up and give that a
Mm-hmm.
shot too. I'm a sci-fi guy anyway. I like my military stuff and I love my sci-fi. And you're crossing the borders there, which I think is awesome. So yeah, do you have any videos on what you did, like to the interior and stuff with this?
Well, I just went off the videos that were around at the time that showed how to
Mm-hmm.
cut that open,
Okay,
but I never did one myself.
Yeah,
okay,
you have to cut. You have to push the button, and the canopy pops up, and then you have to take the insert out because there's an insert that holds the figure, and you kind of have to cut that out and Dremel it out, and it's kind of a pain, but if you have a Dremel and you're patient, it's easy to do
It's
without
pretty
messing
easy, yeah.
anything up. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
but this to me shows that we can have a conquest in the line. It may not be as big as what a normal conquest would be, but a conquest of this size that would be proportionate somewhat to the figure, but maybe a little bit more compact would still work, and this proves that. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
now talk about this bad boy. I think this is really cool. But how did you do this? And is this a base figure or a base vehicle and you added to it? How'd you get this one done?
So it started off life as a HM Armed Forces pursuit tank, and I
Nice.
took the top portion of the body off. Get down, baby. And then I just was you're left with the tracks, which is just basically like a U-shaped empty tray that has the
Mm,
tracks on the side. And then so I just built it up from the tracks up.
nice. Those HM Armed Forces are hard to come by, especially in the U.S. You find them on eBay and they ship them from the UK, but the shipping's a ton. I actually
Expensive, yeah.
I found one at a toy store here in North Carolina, and the guy gave me a great deal on it. So I'm lucky to have a desert colored one that's not had any alterations done to it, but it will eventually. But we also have ramen tanks coming soon, so
Yeah.
looking forward to those. But man, this one looks great.
Thank you.
Troop transport and.
Is that like, did you make that body out of like plastic card or what is that made of?
It's made out of evergreen styrene.
Okay.
Okay.
So every bit of it from the tracks up is all styrene. I would get them in sheets, or you can get them like an L bins or I beams or any of that stuff. And then
Mhm.
so I just got everything I could and just built it out.
Man, so that's like layers on layers on
Yeah.
tiny little cut pieces. That's impressive. I mean, a lot of people look at this and would say that's a 3D print, but
Yeah, exactly.
no, that's honestly a bit more impressive. The fact
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
did all that by hand, man, that's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So next we're gonna get to the Dreadnoks. I love you did these two vehicles. I mean the Stinger's obvious. It's a repainted Stinger, but talk about this other bike, this tricycle that you have here with a gun mount on it. What is that, and how did you get that one?
That's actually an old Rambo toy from the Coleco line from the 80s.
Okay.
That
Nice.
was it was called the Strike Cycle, and that was the bad guy's vehicle.
Mhm.
So it's just repainted. I changed the handlebars because it didn't have handlebars. It just had little things where the hands would go into, and then it had openings where the feet. So it almost laid flat. The figure almost laid flat like a racing drag kind of bike.
Mhm.
So I put like like upper controls and that was about it, and just repainted it.
Nice, man. That looks great.
Thank you.
Hopefully this is something that we could get in the line. you know, it maybe wait a year or two and do a stinger like this in these colors and put out a bike. I know there has been some custom stuff done, but yeah, those look cool. And then those are in the pictures. So that's it for what I have for pics of Gun Bunny stuff. Anything you want to show off, Gun Bunny? Anything you want to talk about?
No. Have any any questions or anything like that that
I think we lost video from him, didn't we?
Yeah, I
Oh
would
yeah,
see
he
if we can.
dropped. Well, I mean, God, that was just rapid fire information coming out of that dude. Hopefully he'll rejoin here.
I was just say see if we could switch scenes and maybe he come back or something.
Yeah, it looks like he completely dropped. I don't know if he
Yeah.
had some technical difficulties, but that sort of thing happens. Well, Trey, why don't you had some pictures ready to pull up and show off. You want to dip into some of that?
Yeah, let's go back to that real quick.
All right. We'll flip over here. We want Buddy to come back, and if he does, hopefully he does, and we'll pull him back in.
Yeah, so while we wait for him, we were kind of looking at some of these pictures.
Oh, and he's back.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Let's get back over to.
Okay.
What's up, man? Glad to have you back.
Yeah, man. Sorry about it. It said there was a link and it kicked me out.
Oh, that's all right, man. No worries. Technical difficulties, they happen on live stuff
yeah.
like this.
But I think what I was saying was asking before that happened was, is there anything specific you want to talk about? Any customs you want to show off, or any topics you have? I will tell everybody that go over to his YouTube channel, check out that stuff. You can learn quite a bit from watching his videos.
Thank you. No, I don't have anything in particular or anything like that.
All right, cool. I want to show you a couple of my things.
Yeah. Let's check them out.
So you had mentioned Major Blood, so I really just kitbashed this from several of the figures.
Let me see.
But just kind of popping, swapping.
Yeah.
So that's my kitbashed Major Blood.
I like that. I like that Python Patrol.
Yeah, it looks good. I love that green color, man. It looks really cool. And I think another one of my favorites is I took the Guardians of the Galaxy figures and I just kind of head swapped them and put some Cobra logos on them, and they fit. So I got about like six of these guys, 5 or 6 of these guys that I've customized. That just happens to be the big boy.
Yeah, it's almost like a Crimson Guard kind of sub team, like an elite Crimson Guard or something like that.
That's exactly my thoughts behind that. Elite Crimson Guard, like maybe they're some of the leaders or some of the head guys. Now this is probably one of my favorites. This is the Blood Serpent Death Squad. A lot of gridiron helmet and gun here, and then 3D printed chest piece. I was working on these during COVID, and there's probably a good squad of 12 of these guys with different heads.
Nice.
And, so this
What's
was
the base?
The base is the Snake Eyes movie Snake Eyes figure, and it is perfect for customizing. So you just paint up the different pieces, but that's kind of a cheap figure. You talk about on one of your videos, it could get expensive buying other figures, different figures to customize. Well, this one was $5 to $10 depending on when you bought it. I bought several at $5. I bought a lot at 10, but adding all those pieces, different heads, did a Cobra Commander to go with them. I think this is one of the first things that I used the chrome pins on.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
So
I like
actually the first one I showed, I sold one to Ish, and he sold it at Joe Fest for about $100, which was impressive. That's what he paid for it. But the Baroness as well. getting head sculpts on
Oh
Etsy
yeah,
from different people and just painting them up and adding a weapon. So I have several of those.
yeah, those look
Um,
great. I like that color scheme.
yeah, the black and red you can't beat, man. The black and red really does the work for me. But then we went with the purple for a little for a squad. Um,
Oh yeah, that looks good too. The purple and black.
mhm, purple and black, and then I did one called the Black Mambas. Um, so I think one of my favorite things about customizing is I can make what I want. I can make characters that would would kind of only fit with my imagination. So
Right.
I call these guys the Black Mamba Death Squad.
Oh, nice. I like the beret. That looks really good.
Yeah, and that's the Ronin figure.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. You can see the black with the gold trim.
hmm And then people were 3D printing these paladins here, and I was painting those up, and the vest, painting those up as well.
Yeah, it looks great.
So, also started out learning making straps out of elastic for holsters and things. Um, that was a fun process to figure out and learn. I started making harnesses or slings for your weapons.
Right.
So that's a fun process. But
Yeah, that's cool. Tony used to get this like it was like a stretcher cord that they had at Hobby Lobby. That black stretch cord. I forget what it's called. That always looks good.
it does. It does. I get what I get is like elastic from Walmart, like in the sewing section. You can get these little strips that comes in a real big roll,
Mhm.
and you can cut that off and use it. But then a couple of Joes I did was frostbite.
You see, I gotta wait till it's on the big screen. Oh yeah, I like that weapon. Look at that.
And that's got a gridiron kit on it.
And that's a snow job body, right?
Yep, that's a snow job body.
Sweet. And then flash.
Yep, and flash. The the chess piece and the other stuff are cut off of different figures and kind of molded. I started using green stuff as well.
Oh, nice.
To me, I don't know if you work much with green stuff for molding.
A little
It's
bit.
a great product to work with the two colors, and you mold it together, and the to the blue and the yellow, and you make a green putty, and you can. I made. In fact, that's how I made his beard. That's a,
Yeah,
that's a flint head with a molded beard painted up. So,
yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
thank
dude,
you.
that looks cool. All right, I think I'm going to show off a couple if that's okay.
Show off
Yeah,
a couple,
let's see him.
man.
Let's see him.
All
I can
right.
go forever with this.
I know you can. So that's interjecting there. So this,
And that's sick.
yeah, so this is a Mythic Legions base body. Um,
Oh, nice.
that it came all white. I got some custom soft goods that I found online. I swapped out the belt, and then I did the this paint on the chest to just kind of give him, break up the white a little bit.
Right.
And then I 3D printed this head and painted that to try to, kind of get the white and the gray to match. And yeah, I also did the axe too. I
Nice.
3D printed
Yeah,
and
that's
painted
awesome.
that. Yeah, and I really like this guy. He's probably my most extensive custom, and yeah, I think he turned out really well. I mean, there's like parts from probably 3 different figures in here: custom soft goods, custom paint, some 3D prints. I kind of went all out on him. And
Yeah, it looks great.
thanks, man.
I like the face, the tentacles.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that purple at the base of the tentacles really makes it pop.
It
Yeah,
does.
I thought that kind of gave some good separation, made it look a little bit more organic. Yeah, it turned out real well. And it tried to kind of get like there's these little spikes that are almost like eyebrow styles. Um,
And those soft goods too, man. Those soft goods really make things pop. So
Here, speaking of soft goods, here's one that I did. So this is this one scared me a little bit. So I'm using the Roman key base buck, and then I actually took off and ended up drilling out the shoes off of Valaverse. I think it was like a desert ops dude.
mhm.
Same thing with the hands. I pulled the hands from the same body as well as the holster, and then I've got a 3D printed gun there. Aliens pulse rifle, and
Right.
then
Is that a gridiron gun, or did
I
you make that one?
think it is. I've printed some out, but I think this one is a gridiron, and the reason I say that is this figure is kind of big, and that gun might be a little bit small for him.
Right.
But yeah, and then I got the soft goods. I found a bunch of different soft goods on Amazon from like High Play, High Play
Oh,
Toys, maybe.
Yeah.
And man, they look awesome. Like, and I'll be honest with you, the way to get them, like, you put them on the buck, and they look awful. You really have to like smush them and get them around in the right spots, which really kind of caught me off guard. And I was like, oh my god, I just wasted a bunch of money on it. But yeah, I think it turned out great.
It looks
Yeah, it
great,
looks
man.
good.
That's an awesome looking figure.
Yeah, I don't do anywhere near as much customizing as you do, Trey, but I'm trying here and there.
Oh no,
Um,
you do great work, man. There's you. I remember coming to your house one day and you had the paints out and you made a sword and painted it up. Or
yeah,
do you have that with you?
Ah, baby.
I don't. Well, actually, no, I do. I'll have to get that in a minute. But this
Okay.
is one that I'm actually pretty proud of. So this is more like a digital kit bash. So really, it's a basic Mythic Legions uh, body, not much customized with it. But the head is something that I put a ton of work into.
Mhm.
So the head is actually from a statue,
Oh,
um,
shit.
like a digital statue that I found online, that was the wrong scale. Didn't like, it was a bust, and it was huge. And so I did, I used some 3D software to kind of try to cut out the base of the neck and then clean up the back where it was touching like the triceps. Um, and then I measured and made a digital neck peg that I went in here with and subtracted from the interior of the head.
Nice.
And so like
Oh,
this
shit.
thing pops on there, it articulates. There's no blue stuff or green stuff or whatever. And yeah, like the fact that I was able to go and get that to stick on
Yeah,
after all that work, I was super pleased with it. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
awesome,
awesome.
man.
paint job's a bit of a work in process, but there's a lot of cool detail there that I've been working on with him. So
Yeah, that's an awesome head. I like that head.
It was a bust and it was huge.
it was a huge bust. Yeah, the best kind of bust. All right. So last thing I'll throw up here is one that I recently just got that I've been messing with, and this is actually why I was asking some of those specific questions of you, is because this figure needs some paint.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know like what this material is that she's made of, but it's very flat, and so I'm wondering if like maybe with just a good soap and water wash, if I could get paint to adhere to there. But my only worry is that this is really soft right here.
Mhm.
She's got like this really flexible torso versus like the head and stuff is a very hard material. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some tests and stuff, and I almost don't want to because it's a really nice body.
Yeah,
But
I think if I was you, I would do a test like on the middle of your shoulder blades where you couldn't really see it, and
yeah,
that might be the place to test because you're probably more than likely going to have that covered.
yeah, that's a good idea. Test it someplace inconspicuous.
It's a small area, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, no, I've just been starting to work on getting some soft goods for her, and
Nice.
thinking about how I'm going to do the paint. So
Yeah, soft goods are fun. In fact, I
All
took
right.
this guy out.
You asked about the sword.
Oh, there it
and,
is. Nice.
Here it is. Yeah, so this is one that
Oh yeah.
I took this from a full size 3D print. So this thing was scaled to be like 5 feet long. Sized it down, and then really put the effort in on trying to get the metal to look right. It's a little warped because it's been kind of leaning, but let's get that in focus there. But yeah, the metal actually ended up looking really good on it. It took way too long, but turned out really. And this is like Conan's sword from the movie, and it didn't come with the Mezco figure, so I had to make it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see the detail on it. It's great.
Tony
Yeah,
says
and
that's
I sized it to
Beauty
where you can hold on
Atlanteans.
to it with two hands. That was really kind of the way I, scaled the sword. I kind of measured, okay, two hands is about this big, and kind of scaled it on that. So, Trey,
Yeah,
I'll,
that's
I'll
dope.
I'll get back to you if you want to do some more, buddy.
I'm gonna talk about you because you made this for me.
Okay.
Alan does a lot with 3D printing. I, I couldn't resist trying to find this.
Yes.
I found the file online, and I went to Alan because he's got this really cool 3D printer, and I was like, man, hey, if I get this file and send it to you, can you make one of these for me? And
Man, that looks awesome.
I could make it work. He's like, oh, by the way, I can do it in different colored, resin for you, or a different colored plastic for you. And so you can really see he smoothed it out and made it look good. And
Yeah, that looks
that's one of the
awesome.
big things. Now this spear looks a little wonky, and that's because I broke it off and super glued it back on accident. It was literally a figure fell off the shelf, and it hit this was on the bottom shelf with the eels, but
Oh,
but it does look good. It looks really good with the eels on it.
I love the way that looks. I love the hydro sled. It's a really
Yeah,
good
the Hydro
vehicle.
Sled's amazing, man. And then the other thing is Alan's made these, and it has a kit from
Oh, shit.
for
A Viper?
yeah. No, this is
That's for Firefly. Right?
Firefly. This is the
Yeah.
Firefly kit. So it has these trays that can come out, and inside is an insert, and all of Firefly's gear goes inside of it.
Oh,
And
that
then
is awesome.
below that is another section where he has these ammo cases, and inside the ammo cases, somebody gave me a pin that had a bunch of crystals in it, like diamonds.
Huh.
So I put those in there. But there's like
Dude,
3 or 4
that is
cases in
awesome.
there, and he just 3D printed them so they kind of clip together. But they look really cool, and they're great for pictures. And I think one of the cool things about these is they have handles on the side. Can't get that to go back in there, but they do. It has the Cobra logo on it. It has he has carrying handles on the side. So these are really cool.
That is cool. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the Sigma 6 line when they would give
Mhm.
you, they would give each character like a futuristic footlocker, and you could put all the stuff in there like that.
Okay, that's cool.
I haven't seen that, but that
I
sounds
hadn't either. Yeah, and that brings up another point. Like GI Joe has so much that it can add to these lines. Like, I like this soft goods coat. The first time I used it, I took this outside today and took pictures with it.
Oh yeah, the snow coat. Yeah,
It's a
So
good day.
sometimes just customizing is adding soft goods, but like my favorite, one of my favorite Valaverse customs is this duster with a duster on it,
let's check it out.
and
Oh yeah,
but that's from Strupp Family Crafts. So Sean did that. I got this at Joe Fest, so
that looks cool. I like the way that looks.
that's one of the things that I think 6-inch line needs more of is cowboys.
Yeah,
Get a cowboy line, and then like this coat came from Han Solo from the Black Series line.
Oh yeah, I see
Oh, is
it.
that the indoor? The indoor
Yep,
one?
the indoor,
Yep.
and then the guns from Gridiron, and the chamois from Stalker, and the hats from Gung Ho. So
Man, that looks awesome.
Some perfect kit bashing there.
Yeah. That's a good look.
thank you. And I will show off one more thing. You had mentioned the other night we were talking about Mark II designs, and kind of staying on that 3D printed realm. Mark was talking about doing a Mirage, and I said, "Hey man, why don't you just make a sidecar for the Ram?" Well, he did, and he took the time and designed and made the print for this, and just printed the sidecar and sent it to me for the suggestion. And I was like,
Oh,
"Man,
nice.
you didn't have to do that." Yeah, I was
I
buying a
like
lot of
that.
Joe
That
Fizz.
looks really good.
But he sent it to me raw, and I painted it up. And this is one of the prized pieces in my collection, is just having this. So I know people don't like bikes in the 6-inch line because everybody does them. But man, a good Mirage would be nice to have sometime soon.
Oh yeah, I
The
think
silver bike.
the Ram is totally underrated for what
Yeah.
it brought to the line.
It's just because it was like one of the first vehicles we got, and people were like, "Oh man, this thing is just plain," but I love that thing, man. And then
I'm just noticing that Trey's rocking his contest winner shirt.
Hey, we talk about customs. I won a customs contest, and Jameson made this for me. I was the first winner of his custom contest in Monster Force Custom and Collectors, and it has a picture of my figure on the back. So
Oh, that's
he,
dope.
yeah, he made this for
Little
me.
flex,
That was my
you know.
prize. That was my prize, man. But
Man, that's awesome.
and then I had Pete's Pete's
Oh,
prints. I had
The
Pete
devilfish.
do the devilfish for me, and then I got
That looks right on par with the hydro. The hydro sled.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this was a fun process. It was I actually spray painted the orange top part, and it kind of got gummy, and I had to work on fixing that. And I think the biggest thing about customizing is just do it. Just do it. Just get out there, start. Hey, I want to start this project. I want to do this. Start small, work your way up, and just take on the project and just spend the time, enjoy the process, and you end up with some really cool stuff.
No, definitely. It's the experience of it. You can't overstep experience. It doesn't matter what kind of tools you have or what paint you
Right.
buy or whatever. Unless you have the experience, you're not gonna get there.
You never get to the cool stuff unless you have some that are just like, that's okay.
Yeah.
But then you can go back to those items and like, okay, now that I know how to do this, I can improve this and make it better. And I've done a few of those as well. So I think with customizing, you're always learning. There's always something to learn, no matter what skill level you are.
Right.
So just like in everything else, man, you just got to pick it up and do it.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, I'm a long way off from being able to tear apart a dragonfly.
Yeah.
That's just frightening. But I mean, the way yours turned out is certainly inspiring. I think I'll start with one of those Buzz Lightyear spaceships.
Yeah.
And maybe I can dip my toes in with something like that without spending a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, because I think they still have some on sale on Amazon. I don't remember which model, but they have them. They're like $12-$14.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah, they were in Ollie's for quite a bit here in North Carolina. You can get them here and there, and then just like the boat, the one that I saw you did the water moccasin for, which looks really cool. I wish I had pulled a picture of that.
I got it done.
Okay,
You want me
nice.
to pull it out?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
I was looking on Amazon. Found one, but it was $50.
Oh no.
Not doing that.
We'll compare. Mine's 3D printed, so
So I have it right here.
Okay.
that's sick, man.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
pretty
And you
wild.
use styrene on the top as well.
Right. So what I did is I
Nice.
created this top piece that sits down in it, and so that way you didn't have to do too much, major modification to the body. So
Uh,
I just measured everything out for this to just sit right on top.
Yeah, I didn't have you on the big screen. Give us a turnaround
good
of that
turn,
again.
yeah.
So
It's a little
that
bit
started
dusty,
off
but
as what was that originally?
it was a Fortnite boat.
Okay, yeah. Dang,
Man,
was
that
cool,
looks
man.
great.
Thank you.
Very creative on getting it to fill that moccasin look and kind of
Yeah.
look and feel there.
It's almost like an upgrade because, like on the regular moccasin, you have this, this canopy that kind of blocks him, but you can see him there on that. I really like that version of it. So that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I had thought about trying to make some kind of glass canopy for the front, but
Mhm.
I couldn't figure it out and have it look good. So I just did it like this.
I'll tell you what, I have a Skyhawk, and I used the plastic from a Marvel Legends box. The plastic, just the clear plastic. I cut that out,
Yeah,
and just glued it into the front so that I filled the gaps, and it had a lens. So
Oh yeah, that looks really cool. Give
that
nice
might be
windshield.
something you can work with, and maybe use some trim or something. But yeah, this is another 3D printed. I went a little crazy early on. I was lucky enough to go to a toy store, and he had bought a whole bunch of 3D printed 1/12 scale stuff, and I was just like, yep, that's mine, that's coming home with me. And then I just proceeded to get water slides and learn that whole process. The water slide process is another rabbit hole to dive down to learn how to do that and make things pop without having a sticker that peels off. And there's different processes for that. I know you mess with water slides too. Who do you use for that? Some people print their own.
I use Bad Mother off of eBay. He does all my
That's
stuff. He did a custom set for me for that APC. So he took
nice.
the original one, enlarged it to the size I needed it, and changed the colorway.
Nice. Yeah, that's who I order most of my water slides from now. So
Yeah, he's great.
He does good work. So check him out on eBay, and I believe he's on Etsy as well. But other people like Anthos is great. He's a good 3D printer. There's several out there. Mark II Designs, Gridiron Studios. All those guys can help you with the things you need to make your customs awesome.
Yeah, I've bought a little bit from everybody. I got a lot from Anthony's right when he first came out. I've gotten stuff from King Grimlock and everybody else. Yeah.
Yep, King Grimlock does some good work too. In fact, I was watching one of your videos, and I can't remember what it was, but I need to go look on his website to see if I can find it.
Oh, it's right here. Let me get it. It was the
it.
The missile racks for the Dragonfly missiles.
So did you have him do that? You had him design that for you, or?
Yeah. So initially, I was going to try to figure out how to make it myself, and then I started thinking, I was like, well, let me see if I can find somebody who can design it and 3D print it. And so I told him my idea, and it took him I think one night, and he designed that.
That's
and then,
perfect, man.
Fits right in. He same thing. He molded it in different resin, different colors, and works great. The missiles slide right in it. You could use this or those rocket pods, but they both fit.
I like that look because I have my chips and salsa on the Dragonfly, so those are free to be used for something like that. So I definitely might have to hit him up and get some rocket pod bases for one of my vamps. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good different look. You know what I mean? Get a little bit of variety.
Right. Alan, you got any questions for Gun Bunny or?
No, man, I think you have been a wealth of information for me already tonight. So I appreciate like everything that you've had to, all the knowledge you've laid on us, man. It's been great.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
awesome,
no
man.
problem.
Anything you want to talk about? Anything you got on your mind?
No, man. Whatever it is you got, I'm here.
Okay.
Here for the
Well,
party.
before you showed up a little early, so we were gonna do some segments. So you're welcome to stick around, hang out with us. We're gonna talk about some of our new pickups and some show off some photos. So hang out with us, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm here.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, Trey, you want to do some new hotness, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, all right.
Clear out some of these customs. All right, so we'll start with the best first, in my opinion. This guy finally showed up.
Oh yeah.
Doc Nocturnal. And yeah, this is going to be one of those that's going to be in the top 10 of 2025.
That's an early call to make, man.
Early call, not even done with January, and I'm calling top 10. There are some things that they could have improved on. Like I see some people that are taking steel, like some metal wire, and putting it in these to these bend a little bit more than just the outer part bends. But the skull, man, look at that thing.
That looks awesome.
And it comes with multiple, and that's actually a helmet. So I didn't know he had a face underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's all this harness stuff that you can, this Tommy gun folds up and like compacts, and you can attach it to his back. I mean, I cannot wait to take pictures with this guy because he's going to take some killer pictures.
Buff Nocturnal.
Yeah, buff Nocturnal. But the cool thing is, it settles both of my collection addictions with comics and toys because it comes with the Doc Nocturnal comic. And I think they did a pretty good job with this.
I haven't read mine yet.
You give me a story and you give me something to give the character a background. I'm hooked. The other side is the Decapod gang, but I'm down for more Doc Nocturnal world. Give me more of that. That's definitely something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I like that weapon. I like that Tommy gun.
Yeah, that Tommy gun's cool because it literally just folds up. Here, I'll take it off and show you. It's such a cool thing because it literally just collapses. You pull this out and you rotate it, and the thing just collapses. And there's a strap that will hook to his web gear that wraps around this and can hide it behind his back underneath the cape. So it's just like, he's going along and all of a sudden flips out a Tommy gun. That's pretty sick. So there's that. And then this was an unexpected pickup for me, but I did it with intentions of customizing. So I picked up this Marvel Legend Falcon, old Joaquin. I can't wait to get to see this movie, Brave New World. But the reason I bought this is not for the wings. The wings are cool, but I want to take this guy and I want to make him into a sci-fi. I think he would make a good sci-fi with just
I remember saying that last night.
With a little bit of paint, and I think I can make a good sci-fi out of this guy. And so that's going to be a future project, just to paint this guy up and get him some gear and make me a nice sci-fi out of this book. So
yeah, get you that bright green paint.
Yeah, I got to get the bright green paint and some good chrome. I got some good chrome paint. Hopefully it's not dried up. A couple other things came in today, and I know Alan's got a whole bunch to show off, but
It's true.
This guy right here. From last week, from talking with Ben, with Skeletron, Callsign Longbow. I got this off of Skeletron's website. Hit them up. at Skeletron.com, but a modern 3.75 figure, and then I got some stands to go with it for my GI Joes.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's like $10 for a whole bunch of stands. You can't beat that. So, but the main reason that I got that, the whole reason I was even on that site, was these bad boys right here. The Battle Action Force Treasury Edition. So this is a 3-book set. And it's a pretty thick set. 3-book set. A Battle Action Force. The complete Battle Action Force story.
Oh shit!
And so
That
that's
is
some really
chunk of some paper there, man.
it's a chunk of some paper. With some really cool artwork. And never really knew a whole lot about Red Shadows and Battle Action Force, but I'm gonna learn.
I bet you there's some good reference for customs in there.
Very much so. A lot of this is in, some of it's in color, but a lot of it's in black and white. You get to this 3rd book, and all of the there's some color, but mainly the first 2 books are from they're reprints from the old papers that they published. But just like the Bear and Iron Blood and the Robo Skull, some cool stuff there. I mean, I know they didn't call it a hiss, but there's
It's got a hyena.
hyena. Yeah, that would be a really cool custom. Is to make a Red Shadows hyena.
Yes.
So, and then there's something in here that looks kind of like a snowcat, but it's like a troop transport. That's interesting too. So there's a whole other world there for us G.I. Joe guys. Battle Action Force. So, and that's pretty much it. What you got, Alan?
All right. Well, I'll start it off with a trio of some boys I just got.
Oh, I got those too. So,
yeah, I only took them out of the box today, and I'm not too sure about Xandar here. Specifically, his shoulder pads are like statically attached to the shoulders, and so they inhibit the arm movement quite a bit.
right.
You can see how much that's pushing on that shoulder pad, and it's not like it doesn't just flex up. So I don't know. Gonna have to mess with him. It might also be a matter of me needing to heat him up, or possibly get out like an X-Acto knife or something. But we'll see.
Sure. Sharlock had to change up his Xandar already, and I'm with you there, Sharlock. I think I'm thinking about getting a second Xandar and changing out the arms and taking those shoulder pads off and attaching them to the harness and making it so his arms flow a little bit freer. I think that would be a good upgrade.
It's a great looking figure. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about with that. I mean, they've done figures with, the shoulder pads that kind of sat a little bit looser.
Right.
Looks like we lost Gun Bunny again.
Uh-oh.
That's unfortunate. We'll see if he comes back.
Yeah, he'll pop back on here in a minute.
What else? So I also did get Doc Nocturnal. I have not really had a chance to play with mine just yet, and I just wanted to show off this box.
Yeah, the box art's amazing on that.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual for Mezco. So I think it's worth it is all the way around looking really good. So just wanted to throw that out there real quick. I don't normally like showing off boxes on stream, but here's another one that I think I'm going to put up a review of.
Nice.
This is one that I've been looking at, and I haven't seen too many other people mention this one, and she is a cool figure.
Nice.
Something different. So I also I haven't opened her yet. I mean, I got her out of the box, but pretty cool. I don't know how I sit with the makeup, but
I know what's coming next.
Yep. I did get lucky, and I got a bloody one, which is awesome.
You're 2 for 2 on the bloody variants, man.
All right, so I might have to adjust my camera for this one, but this is actually one I talked about on stream. So this is, there we go. That looks better. Okay. This is from Kit's Concepts. This is the Robotech Battle Pod. So they recently completed successfully the Kickstarter that we had mentioned on stream for a bunch of the mechs and stuff. And this is kind of precedes, those figures coming out. And man, I got to tell you, it's cool. So first off, the legs are almost entirely die cast, and the detail on like the pod itself. So check this out. So first off, there's lights all over, but unfortunately, I don't have the batteries. But if you pull up on this, the whole cockpit will open up to where you can put a figure in there, and you see how the stuff is glowing. It's UV reactive, and so I have a bit of a blue light above me. But there are lights. Those two right there, I believe, are lights. There's a light right here on the front, and I believe that it'll light this thing up and make the cockpit just glow.
Nice.
And yeah,
that's really cool looking, man.
It is really cool. I've not bought anything from the company before, but I did go in on that Kickstarter, and then I got this outside of that, and I'm excited that I did. So it's pretty awesome. Really posable and neat stuff. All right, so I think I'm going to do just one more, and I'm glad I adjusted my camera because this one's big.
Oh wow.
This is a 1/6 scale Paul Atreides figure from the movie Dune. And I mean, holy crap, he is gorgeous. So this is my first InArt figure. InArt is the company that makes it. And the weathering, the attention to detail, I'm spinning around to kind of give you an idea. This backpack opens up here. So you guys got this. Get it.
You went muffled there for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going away from the camera.
Okay.
Or from my mic, sorry. Well, I can't get the backpack open. And I'm not going to stress it too much. But it opens up, and it's full of accessories that fit in there just perfectly. And the kicker here is what I'm going to show you next. And this blew me away. This is the alternate head that comes with him.
That rooted hair, man.
That is called rooted hair. Those are individual strands of hair that have been poked into like the nylon or silicone head sculpt. And I mean, it is the spitting image of Timothée Chalamet. You can see like the subtle freckling, the way the eyes shine. I opened this up and was blown away. And you can move the eyes too. So the back of the hair opens up like this, and there are two little rods that control where the eyes point.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be brave enough to do that. It does the same thing on this head sculpt.
Right.
I've already messed with it a little bit. Man, just...
Winfred said now you just need a desert dio for him.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think they're going to come out. They're talking about doing a Chiani and one of the other characters too. So that might end up being a thing. But man, yeah, gorgeous figure. I am super excited to I messed with him for quite a while. And I was looking at like reference photos from the movie to try to make sure I had the suit all, outfitted correctly and stuff. And man, it is really cool. So
looks cool. The first time you showed it to me, I just didn't know what it was. I was like, "Ooh, a ninja!"
Yeah, desert ninja, maybe
desert ninja. You
and
mentioned something about the base too.
Yeah. So let me pull him off. I don't know if you guys noticed that, and this is what I'm going to show off here. So he has magnets or I'm not sure whether the magnets are in his feet. I think they are. I think there are magnets in his feet, and then he adheres magnetically to the stand. Let's just put him back there. And what's wild is you can open up the stand, and there are adjustable feet positions where he'll attach to. So you
That's
can
cool.
move these around based on where you want his feet to
You can adjust the
magnetically hit.
stance and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, really wild.
that's awesome.
Never seen anything like that before. I think this company has done that before, but I thought it was really cool.
That's a nice detail to add there.
Yeah, now that I've got him off of there, let me see if I can get the backpack open. I've never had that much problem with it before. Yeah, here we go. So the
Oh
backpack is
wow,
just full of accessories, and you can take all of these out.
that's
Um,
cool.
so this is like the sand compactor. This is a monocular. That's a compass. There's like a dagger in there. Yeah, it's an awesome figure. Comes with a huge amount of hands, some pretty crazy weapons, and yeah. First off, I love the movie.
Mm.
So when I saw this figure, I was like, all right, I'm doing it. Pretty salty, obviously.
Yeah,
You don't get the rooted hair head sculpts for cheap, but man,
under
worth every
5,
penny. What's that?
under 5.
Just barely.
Okay,
Basic after shipping, it was probably a little over.
okay.
Yeah. But I mean, geez, I can't say enough about it.
Nice.
And I do especially like the fact that you can pull off multiple looks from the movie, and
Mm.
all the soft goods are just spot on. Most of the time, you see figures like this, and they're going off of like some early pre-production costumes that might change,
Right.
and so they're not perfect. But man, this one they knocked it out of the park. So
So cool. Maybe hopefully they do some more, and you can add to that list of stuff. So real quick, I did get a message from Gun Bunny. He said, "I apologize, I got kicked out again,
that's
but I
all
do
right.
have to go help my son. Thank you for having me on. I had a great time. Hopefully we can do it again. Really enjoyed having Gun Bunny on. If you will, go check out his channel. Go check out his channel, Gun Bunny Customs 34302 on YouTube, and also here's a link to that. Um, but yeah, just go check him out, and then it's gun_bunny_customs on Instagram. So go give him a follow. Go watch some of his YouTube channels. Subscribe to him. Show him some love. He's got some really good instructional stuff on there. Some really cool customs he's done. And he's always putting videos out. So he puts out maybe 1 or 2 3 videos a week.
Dang, I didn't realize he was that prolific.
Yeah, he's putting out some good work, man. So yeah, y'all check him out. Show Gun Bunny some love, and we'll definitely have him back on the show. And
Yeah, he was a wealth of information, and yeah, I think I'm going to go try and find a Buzz Lightyear, spaceship, and
right.
see if I can get into some trouble with it.
Yeah, I need to take a weekend and just straight out do customs only, and get
Yeah.
back in the garage and do some painting. But I think we were showing off some photos. I don't know if you
I
wanna
just had
show
the
us off?
one that I showed off from Bobby, which I thought was really cool. I think you had some weather-based photos you wanted to show off.
Yeah, I had a couple I would show off. And
You
other
go
than
to
that, I
your
don't.
sharing scene.
Yeah.
All right.
And
There you go.
so we had that 1 inch of snow here
Yes,
in North
we did.
Carolina, and it's already melted and gone. But school's already closed tomorrow because it'll freeze, it'll be ice, and people here don't. We don't know how to drive in the South, so. But I did go outside, and before things started melting, and took some pictures. So finally got the snow figures out. Uh, got to take some pictures in the snow with some GI Joe stuff, which is fun. And I don't get outside much with figures, and I need to change that in 2025 and do some more outdoor shots. But these are really fun to do. You know, didn't have too much snow. That's on the hood of the truck, so you can see the glass kind of in the corners.
A little bit.
I might go into Canva and edit some of that and make it look like a mountain or something. Make it look like rock but took some Star Wars stuff outside too, and just had fun with it, man.
Yeah,
just had fun with it, showing off some, taking some good pictures and enjoy. There's a trash can in the background. So, I could probably edit that out, but there's a trash can in the background. Recycling. But just had some fun with it, taking some pictures. And
it is. It's a good time.
And those are the dogs. So they had fun. Yeah. Those
were the ones that you heard barking when Ben was on, right?
This is the loud one. Yeah. The white, that's Jack. He's the loudest. He's the old boy with the gray around his eyes. But this is the young one. She's actually louder than he is. But yeah, that's it.
We got to get a like and a subscribe for the pupper pics.
Yeah. And then my daughter had me outside shooting pictures of her for her Instagram so she can show off, with different light and the snow and all that stuff. So
that's fun.
I get to be her photographer.
Well, I think we could go for who knows how much longer.
Right.
And I just like going back to the scene because of I showed that to Trey the other night, and I'd forgotten to make some sounds for it, and I was like, "Oh crap!" But I got it done today. It's pretty neat.
Matches the intro too, so that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that was the plan. Well, everybody, I think we're about hitting our time here. So check out our video that's coming out this Saturday. Yep. It should be a cool one. Hopefully, you guys like it, and then at the end, you can probably laugh at me a little bit.
And me.
Right? He threw in some bloopers there, so make sure you stick around for the end. And we're gonna try to do some some shorter form Saturday videos. We got, like I said, I might do a review of that elf chick who looked kind of awesome, or who knows, maybe we'll throw up something about Doc Nocturnal, or we'll see. Whatever comes to mind. Or maybe I'll talk about some vintage toys or something too. You never know. There is no telling. But with that, everybody, I think we want to say thank you very much to Gun Bunny Customs for coming out, and for all of you people joining the Alliance and coming and hanging and spending your time with us. We appreciate it greatly, and we'll see you later. Peace.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight, from the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, I got them all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every way, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real Toy Zoo.